All right, everyone, welcome. I would like to welcome you to our Far West Ski Association, Zermatt, Costa del Sol, and Mallorca Zoom session number 2. For those of you that may not have joined us on the last meeting, and perhaps you are new to Far West International Trips, my name is Debbie Stewart, and I am your elected Vice President of International Travel for Far West Ski Association. I would like to introduce you to my team, starting with Gloria Romina as our trip assistant, our Far West past president, and very involved volunteer. We have Armand Gutierrez, also our trip assistant. And I'd like to introduce you to Sean McKerlin, who is joining us tonight, who is our tour operator from Holiday Ski Tour.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Excellent. This meeting is being recorded, and we would request that there are no religious or political comments or discussions taking place during our meeting. We also have one additional person, Wanda Ross, who is also going to be joining us for the international trip as part of our international team. So if you haven't muted yourself yet, I'm going to mute you. And with this particular session, since we have many of you joining us this time, thank you very much. We're going to take question and answers at the end of this session. Here are some of the subjects that we'll be talking about today. Initially, we'd like to have this meeting conducted within 1 hour. I'm going to give a brief overview of what we talked about in the first session. We'll be talking about transportation tonight, baggage allowances, ski guides lessons, the ski area, skiing, where to ski in Zermatt and how to do this, the icon pass situation, as well as pre-purchasing lift tickets, COVID and mask wearing, ski storage. You will be receiving a series of emails coming from me between now and prior to departure. We'll be sending a packet of information to you, which will include a guidebook, which will have tons of information. And we want you to read it thoroughly and bring it with you. So that's what we're planning on handling tonight. So going back to overview on Zoom number 1. Just 1 second, I've got someone else waiting. Essentially, group travel is not the same as FIT, free independent travel. What I mean by that is we base all of our planning, our decisions, how we function and what we do based on the group. So in some cases, I've had emails and communications with many of you that will be presenting questions as though you are an independent traveler. And I just want to be really upfront with you and addressing things seriously when we are planning and when we are making decisions. It is very much based on the entire group. So it's not just as a one-on-one scenario. So it's different. It's a little bit different. And group travel's not for everyone. we have scenarios where we have group transportation. We have people that are making their own arrangements. We have situations where we're doing the basic ski week, the 1 week trip. We have the basic and extension. We have people flying from LA and San Francisco for each of those groupings, as well as many other destinations, airports within the United States. So there is a lot that we are managing for you. If you are one that has made your own air transportation arrangements, we want to be informed of any and all changes that may take place on your own bookings. Initially, I requested that you submit that to me. And as you are all aware, you see in the news and see what's going on with the airlines, things are constantly changing. And when you're getting information or a change on your air itinerary, since you've booked it on your own, we need you to send those revisions to me. That way we know who is where at what time. We have a job keeping track of everyone. So when we arrive in Zurich, since we've got people departing from many locations, our main meeting point is at the Zurich airport. You will go through customs and immigrations, passport control, you'll gather your luggage, and you will head through the arrivals door, the arrivals area. Sean, do you happen to know which terminal our group flights will be arriving in at this point?
Swiss arrives in Terminal 1.
Okay. The reason why I asked him that is when you are going to meet the group, if you have made other air arrangements that does not arrive at Terminal 1, you will need to get from your arrival area to Terminal 1 arrival area. So there's Terminal 2 as well with different airlines. And if you've come in a day ahead, you will need to then go to the arrivals area at Terminal 1. I'm going to be sending a lot of these details in an email to you guys between now and then. You'll be getting multiple emails from me, trust me. So anyways, when you go through the arrivals area and you look for our guide and my team holding up the FWSA Far West Ski Association signs, we're going to gather. We will gather all together, and then we will be directed to our bus to transport us approximately 4 hours, give or take, to an area community called Tosh. At that point, we get off the bus. We will be met by little mini vans or mini vehicles to take our checked luggage to Zermatt. The participants will then get on a train, since buses do not go into Zermatt. So we'll get on the train and we will transfer up to Zermatt, get off the train, and go directly to your hotel, check in for dinner. You will be receiving in your packet luggage tags that are specific to your hotel. There are different colored tags depending on which hotel you were staying in. So it's really important that you put your luggage tag on your checked piece of luggage. You're going to take with you your personal bag or your carry-on onto the train, but the bag that's going to go on the little mini vehicles will need to have your luggage tag that's I'm going to send to you so that it gets taken directly to the proper hotel. Any comments, Sean?
Yeah, the only comment I would make is that the luggage transportation from Tosh up to Zermatt, it's 2 bags. So if somebody has another bag, you're gonna have to pay for that 3rd bag separately, or carry it with you. So much like the train is much like the plane, you have overhead area above your seats where you can put a rolling carry-on, and on each end of the car there's kind of luggage spaces. Probably can hold maximum 10, 15 large bags in total, and we're going to have about 115 people. So
Right,
try to limit your bags.
right. So speaking of bags, Gloria, would you address the baggage allowance that is directed towards our group flights using our Lufthansa Swiss carrier? And have you unmute yourself for me, please?
Thank you. And Sean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I looked this up off of the airline's website. So for free baggage, which is included in economy class, is 1 carry-on bag. They have a limit of 8 kilograms, which is a little over 17 pounds. And 21.5 inches by 15.7 by 9 inches in total for the carry-on. And then a personal item, which would be like your computer bag or purse or something a little bit bigger. It's 15.7 inches by 11.8 by 3.9 inches are the dimensions. And then 1 checked bag, which would be a suitcase, which is 50 pounds maximum, 62 inches. And if you're taking your ski equipment, your ski bag or snowboard bag, and a boot bag with a helmet is allowed. It's 2 bags, maximum of 2 bags, but the combined weight, now online it says 70.5 pounds, but in weight. What was I going to say? In the US, I thought it was a maximum of 50 pounds. So I didn't confirm that with the airlines, but is that correct, Sean?
I'm not sure where you saw that online. I know just recently somebody asked me the same question, but it is actually 50 pounds combined weight for ski bag and a boot bag.
Okay, well, I took the weight that they had in kilograms and converted it to pounds, and that's what it came out to.
Yeah,
I was a little bit leery about that.
Yeah, we've been monitoring that off and on, and I would say it would be safer to only have a combined weight of 50 pounds.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. And in terms of people sending chats and stuff, and hold off on your questions until we can address several of these things, because many of the things that you're chatting to us are part of our discussion. So
Yeah,
just hang
the
tight.
combined weight was 32 kilograms. So anyway, that's what it says online for Lufthansa and for Swiss Air. And that was just a few hours ago, but I would be concerned about the 70 pounds. I would do a max of 50 pounds because that's 50 pounds is standard,
Right,
in the US.
right. And then keep in mind too, they do not want you to cram it full of other clothing and other items, then you may be charged as an additional bag if you cram it with a bunch of other stuff. So really it is it's sports equipment. So be
Yes.
cautious if you choose to do that. Okay.
Sean, and maybe you could help or answer this too. It said that Lufthansa recommends that you make a reservation for your sporting equipment ahead of time.
We're going to be handling that on our end.
Okay.
I'm going to be
Okay.
sending out an email to everyone, part of this series of information between now and then, to find out who's going to be bringing their own equipment and who's going to be renting. But we wanted to provide the rental link with a sign up form in advance so people could do a little look-see and decide which way they want to go. They want to.
And Debbie, you could send this when you send the packets out, what I sent you today with all this information on dimensions and all that.
Okay, great. So then earlier on, we had talked about ski guides, ski lessons, ski mountain tours. Commonly, it is very unusual to have a free mountain tour in Europe. In the recent years, we've lucked out and we've had a couple of resorts, and with the help of Sean negotiating for us, we've been able to offer that complimentary. But the standard is no, they don't do that. You pay for it. So what we have done on my email that I sent you guys with the sign up information is the link to the ski school using the what's the company? Not Stokely. Stoked. Okay.
Close.
And they have a VIP unlimited ski guide / ski lesson instructor program. So that gives you the link to pre-arrange a guide to take you around and show you your ski area. For those of you with like the Caneo ski group, there's several of you folks attending. If you guys want to group together, and they do limit the size of the group and they go by your skier levels and things, you can combine together and hire a guide to take you around. With that in mind, that's on your own. That's not something that we can arrange for you at this location. I'd like to now hand over the screen to Armand to give us a little preview of the Zermatt ski area and tell us a little bit about how to get there, what to expect, what do we do and how do we do it. So Armand?
Sure. So can you enable share screen sharing for me? Remember we practiced this?
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm there. Okay, hopefully everybody can see the screen. So this is going to be a simple guide to skiing in Zermatt. I was told that there are a number of people that maybe have never been to Europe, and maybe you've been to Europe, but you've never skied in Zermatt. And so hopefully some of this information will be helpful. So in Zermatt, there's 3 basic areas. As you can see, Outlined in yellow is the Sunega Rothorn. And then we have the Gornergrat ski area. And actually, I think we skipped the page. Let me go back. So there are different categories for skiing. Here in North America, we're familiar with the beginner, intermediate, and the black, the green, the blue, and the black diamond, and the double diamonds for experts. And in some places, you'll have a terrain park for the snowboarders. In Europe, it's a little bit different. You have blue for the beginner, red for intermediate, and black is still for expert. In Zermatt, there are approximately 75 blue runs for the beginners, 220 red runs for intermediate skiers, and 63 black runs for the black diamond warriors that really want to put themselves to challenging. So you can see that in Zermatt, it's really, really good for beginner people and for intermediates. Specifically, Sunega and Rothorn is good for beginners and intermediates. Gornergrat, again, beginners and intermediates. Glacier Paradise has very gentle slopes. It's great for complete beginners. Now, complete beginners are people that have not skied very often, and it's very, very gentle slopes. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can go to Cervinia, specifically Piste 59. That's got some challenging runs. Now, on Sunega, Gornergrat, and Glacier, you will find some black runs there as well. So back to this page. Again, the Sunega Rothorn area is to the left side. In the middle is the Gornergrat. And then we have the Glacier Paradise. Cervinia is on to the right over here. And it's got a number of runs. Now, you want to keep in mind for Sunega and Rothorn, Rothorn has an elevation of 10,180 feet. That's probably higher than most places that you may have skied. Gornergrat tops out at 10,132 feet. And the Glacier Paradise is a whopping 12,700. So if you go to the top of Glacier Paradise, you're up there at 12,000 feet. For comparison, Palisades, or formerly Squaw Valley, they top out at about 9,500 feet. I'm not sure what Mammoth is.
1150.
1150?
Mhm.
Okay. That's pretty high.
Yep.
So here is a broader trail map to get to the various places. We are going to be staying right down here. And as you can see, there's a red line right here. This will take you to Sunega and Rothorn, that first area.
Do we need to shuttle to that?
No, we should be walking distance from the hotel. If I recall correctly, it's close by. To go to Gornergrat, which is up here, you see this long green line that takes you up to the top here. Actually, there's a little bit higher spot, but takes you to this observatory area up here. Both of these are funiculars. They are trains. And these trains will take you approximately 20 minutes to get to the top here. When you want to go to the Glacier Paradise, the third section, since we're staying on this area here, you will need to take a bus to get to this section. And as you can see, it goes from here to here. When you get to this Glacier Paradise area here down the bottom, there are two areas. There are two red and a gray line there. There's a red line that takes you up this way to the top, or there's a gray line, another gondola that takes you up as well. And when you get to the top, it's kind of interesting. There's a peak here, and there's an actual hole in the mountain. They carved out a hole in the mountain The gondola will go right inside that mountain and go through. And when you get off the gondola, there's a shop, a restaurant. And then when you exit that area, you'll be in this area here where down you can ski down to the glacier, or you can ski over to Cervinia and Val Tournenche. Getting on the mountain, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Poma and T-bars, but they're quite prevalent in Europe. So obviously the T-bar is a single person. I mean, the Poma lift is a T-bar, is a single person. T-bars are a double person. If you've never been on one, the Poma has a spring-loaded line, and there's a little disc that you put between your legs, and you don't want to sit on it. You want to let it just pull you up. On the T-bar, it's pretty much the same way. It holds two people. Again, you do not want to sit on it. You want to let it just pull you up, and you will put it between, not your legs, but you'll have your two legs on one side, another person on the other side. From experience, I've noticed that what you don't want to do is get on a T-bar with a little kid. Because if you get on the T-bar with a little kid, that crossbar right here is going to be behind his little butt. And his little butt is going to be lower than yours. And your little crossbar,
Little butt.
your little thing will be right down by your knees.
Mhm.
So try and avoid going up with little kids. It's not very comfortable. And the other ways to get up there, we've got our standard chairlifts, we have gondolas, and we have cable cars. Cable cars will offer you some really great views. The other way to get up there with on Gronergrot and Sunega Rothorn is the funicular. Yeah, funicular, that's kind of a funny name, but that's what they call it. When you're going to Gronergrot, kind of try and sit on the right side for views of the Matterhorn. You'll get some really good views from the right side. If you can't get on and you're on the left side, you can always try and get a view from the right side by looking over there. Dining on the mountain. They have small lodges and larger lodges. The smaller lodges typically don't have cafeteria style. It's more of like a small restaurant where you have individual service and booths and tables. You may see a no picnic lunch sign, especially out on the patio area, which really means you can't bring your own lunch. They want you to buy what they have. Larger lodges where they do have buffet and cafeteria style, and they're much bigger. You can bring your own picnic lunch. They probably won't notice you and be bothered by that. So in summary, there are 3 mountain areas: Sunega, Rothorn, Gronergrot, and Glacier Paradise. In Italy, there's Cervinia and Val Tournenche. Now, if you decide to go to Cervinia, count on one day to get there, have lunch, and then return. Because what you'll be doing is taking the bus to get there. From the bus, you'll be taking a gondola to get up to the top. Then you can ski, have lunch, and then come back to the top of the Glacier Paradise, ski a little bit there, and then by then it's probably time to head back in. There will be resort photographers to capture memorable photos, specifically with the Matterhorn as the background. They can be reviewed and purchased in the photo shop near our hotel, so there's no obligation. So that's my take on how you get there on Zermatt. There's the buses that you'll need to take, and I believe we can walk to the 2 funiculars to get to the other 2 mountain areas. And that's all I have.
Can
Okay,
I ask a
Great.
question?
just one second. We're holding questions till the end. And we're handling that through our chat box. But I do want to talk about the pass situation. the lift passes. If you have the full icon pass, that provides you 7 consecutive days of skiing. If you have the icon base pass, that provides you 5 consecutive days of skiing. If you are going to pre-purchase the lift pass that I sent out to you in the sign up form information, we're offering a multi-day pass, which is 5 of 7 days. So you can pick and choose if you want to go on the day tour midweek, that's perfectly fine. We're only offering the international pass, which will provide you skiing in the Zermatt area as well as skiing over to Cervinia in Italy. The icon pass only works in the Zermatt area. That is the partnership that they have with the icon pass. However, if you want to upgrade it and allow you to ski over in Italy, then you would take your pass, your icon pass, and your passport, your ID, and you would go to a ticket window and you can upgrade it for the international pass. Now, Sean, my question, if people have the icon pass, do they need to take that to a ticket window initially to get a Zermatt lift pass?
Yes, they do. You have to show your icon pass and your ID in order to exchange it for the Zermatt pass. And then, as Debbie, as you pointed out, for the day that you want to do an international ticket, you're paying per day. So if you're getting a 5-day consecutive pass with your icon pass, when you go to the ticket window to upgrade, you're not upgrading for the entire week. You're upgrading just for that day. And I believe it was roughly $46, $48 per day. So I'd watch the weather. When it's a nice clear day, that's when you want to do the international pass.
Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Yes. Okay. In terms of being proactive regarding health concerns, COVID is on a rise again. You may or may not agree with me on being proactive. I'm very sensitive to this, and I feel a tremendous responsibility to make sure I'm taking good care of all of you. Therefore, I'm very opinionated about being healthy. When we are on the bus, when we are on the train, even when you are on the airplane, I would recommend on the plane that you wear a mask. When you are on my bus, our bus, the train, on our organized transfer, you will be required to wear a mask. If you feel ill, if you are coughing, if you are not on the top of your health game, then please let me know. We want to make sure that we're protecting everyone. We want to make sure that we're taking care of everyone well, and we all want to have a good, successful trip. Therefore, let's err on the side of caution. Okay? If we do enter into a COVID situation, we will be taking precautions. We will be using smart isolation protocols. We monitor what's going on in the local governments in the countries that we are going to on a regular basis. Right now, things are still pretty open, but we just want to make sure that we're being really, really, really protective and doing the right thing for everyone involved. And nobody likes to wear a mask. Oh, well, that's just how life is. Okay, a couple of things about the ski baggage, luggage tags and things. I believe that I will be sending each person 3 tags. Is that correct, Sean? Okay, so that'll give you enough for your ski equipment, luggage tags, as well as your checked bag. So I know that was a question and concern that they had. In the email that I'm going to be sending to you guys, monitor your inbox from now until prior to departure. I'm going to be sending you recommendations of what to pack, things that are common. I will be also putting together and updating the rooming list. That way, you know who you are rooming with. Something else that I highly recommend is having everyone sign up with a program that is called the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. The acronym is STEP. It is a government program that will allow you to register with them, and it will let them know where you are going to be, and it will advise you of any demonstrations, any unsafe conditions where we may be traveling to. If there's something going on that we need to be alerted about, then you will get a notification on your cell phone or in your email, letting you know what to be aware of and what to be sensitive to. So that also will be included in the email, and I believe we even have that in our guidebook. In regards to the packet that's coming your way, it will have lots of important information. Please, please, please read it cover to cover. My team and I have been working on this now for a good month, and we want to inform you in advance, as well as giving you a tentative itinerary and schedule of the day-to-day activities, what's going on, what time to load the bus, what time to depart, so on and so forth. So bring it with you. We don't bring a whole lot of extras for people to leave their copy at home. You need to bring yours along with you. My carry-on is always overweight regardless. So, help me out there with that. The sign-up form that I sent to you this last weekend for the optional day tour, thank you very much. I've already started receiving envelopes in the mail as of today. Pre-purchasing of the lift tickets, where Sean and I are working out the details as to how we're going to be distributing those to you. Our goal is, because we arrive late in the afternoon, early evening, our first day upon arrival, we'll most likely be distributing those lift tickets the very next morning prior to going out and skiing. That will come your way in information as well. The optional day tour to Bern, that will be really, really fun. And something else that we are offering this time that we have not done in the past is we're offering the optional day tour in Zurich on March 4th. So we'll be leaving Zermatt early, getting back on the train, going down to the bus, busing to Zurich, checking into the hotel. We'll meet our guide, and those people that pre-purchase that Zurich day tour, they'll take us down to downtown Zurich, and we'll be able to experience a wonderful city that we typically fly in and out of. And we don't really have a lot of opportunity to experience Zurich. So, we're encouraging people to do so. Okay. I'm kind of going back and forth here. If in your guidebook, it's also going to tell you, if you feel sick, let us know. Seek medical attention. It's better to have some medical care while you are there and get over whatever you're feeling early on versus waiting and waiting to get home. We've had experience with that in Europe, and they have good medical care, especially, someone's coming down with the cold or the flu or this or that. Seek care. If you are injured or something a little bit more serious, or have some version of an incident, you may be requested to complete an incident/injury form, and that will be handled with myself. Okay, in your packet, back to your packet, you're going to get a neck wallet with a name badge. On the back side of your name badge is an optional medical information card. We say optional. I can only list it that way. However, in times of a medical situation, more information you provide us, the better we can serve you in a situation that comes up medically. So that is your option, but it really helps me to know what I'm dealing with if we've got a medical condition to be sensitive to. So bring your masks, bring your N95s, your KN95s, your FFP2s, your triple layer surgical mask, bring your home COVID tests. All the normal things that you would normally use in the States for boosting your immune system, your cold medicines. Be sure to bring your prescription medication in your personal bag or in your carry-on. Don't pack your prescriptions in your checked bag. That may get lost or delayed somewhere. So make sure you have ample prescription medications with you in the event that you are delayed or have to overstay due to a health or medical issue. Okay. So let's visit some of the chats, Gloria.
Okay, we'll go way up to the beginning. I think this is the beginning. Sean might have answered this. 4 hours to train station. How long is the train ride? Is that 12 minutes?
12 minutes, something like
12
that.
minutes.
Yep.
Okay, does the ski boot bag count as one piece on the bus? The ski and boot bag, that would be your checked in luggage that would go, it would have, I guess, it's one piece on the bus. Wouldn't it be the same as what the airlines allow?
Yeah,
That's a
and
good-
I'm not sure that is necessarily relevant and or counted.
I I
think
believe
the
they may
con-
be referring to the 2 pieces of luggage that you're allowed to have shipped up rather than
Okay.
bring on the train
Yeah.
with you. I believe
Yeah, that's for the
what they're
bus.
referring to. So yes, well, technically you're still, whether you have a ski bag, let's just say you have 5 bags, you could still only put 2 on the transfer up to Zermatt. You'll have to carry the rest with you on the train.
I hope we don't have 5 bags.
It's a lot of bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, no. Ski and boot bag only applies as one piece on the plane, yes. Do we get 2 luggage tags, one for skis and one for boot bag?
Yes, you'll be getting 3 per person. So if you have a check bag, a boot bag, and a ski bag. Okay, but let's talk about ski storage for a moment before we forget. For those people that are going on to the extension trip, we're flying on smaller aircraft. They do not allow, nor will we have room on the bus, mainly, for you to be schlepping your skis and your boot bag or extra large pieces of luggage. So we are recommending that when we go back to Zurich on March 4th, that you store your ski equipment and or extra large baggage at the airport. And there is a ski storage facility there to do so. We'll be providing the details on that and where to do that as well. Anything else on that, John?
No, it's pretty straightforward. You're better off just having the skis stored rather than having to haul them around through Malaga and Mallorca.
Yeah. Well, we won't have room on the bus. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
that's one big issue. Yeah.
Our bus, we are full and we have a waiting list. So yeah, it's not a possibility. We just can't do it. Okay.
Okay, baggage. mybaggage.com, shipping airlines, Swiss International Airlines baggage allowance. Baggage allowance for Swiss was the same as Lufthansa. So it's 1 checked-in bag. Your skis and boot bag count as 1. You'll have to pay for a second bag if you're taking another bag. You could have 1 carry-on bag and 1 personal bag on the plane with you. Do we have to ski 5 or 7 days in a row with no breaks? No.
No, you can break whatever. You're on vacation. If you are buying the multi-day lift ticket, you can ski 5 out of 7 days. But you're on vacation. You want to go snowshoeing. You want to take a break. You want to go to the spa. That's entirely up to you. And if you choose to not pre-purchase that lift pass and only want to buy day-by-day passes there, that's up to you as well. You would just be responsible for going to the ticket window and buying your ticket. We are just offering this as a courtesy option to pre-purchase them out of convenience to you. That way in the morning when you're ready to get going on the hill, you have your lift pass. Okay.
Okay, since the meetings be recorded, will the recording be shared with
Yes.
everybody?
Actually, I have now learned how to post it onto YouTube, and it will be available to everyone to watch it accordingly. Mhm.
Okay, this is again the luggage tags. Can I have one tag for a big suitcase, one tag for skis and boots? You're gonna get 3 tags.
Right.
And then bring the carry-on with me on the train. Does that sound okay? Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I think we've hashed out the luggage tag issue. Comment here, Icon website says 5 days at Zermatt, not consecutive. Sean, address that for us.
Yeah, according to Zermatt, although Icon it says 5, as you can see, it does not say 5 of 7. It's a 5-day pass. The same thing with the 7-day pass. They are 5 consecutive days with technically, yes, no breaks. If you decide, if you get a 5-day ticket, you ski 3 days, take a day off, that's technically a day that you cannot get back. So you can't just ski 5 out of the week. If they change that policy between now and when we go there, we'll certainly let you know. But up until this point, it's still a 5 consecutive day ticket.
We've had discussion on that issue. What people need to realize is this is a partnership with the Icon people. It's not like they own Zermatt. So it's a little bit different when they have the partnership versus like Epic Pass Vail Resorts owns so much, and then they have partnerships. So it's a little bit different in the arrangements.
With the current lack of snow, unless conditions improve, won't the glacier be the area? Won't the glacier area be the primary ski area to use?
I mean, we're over a month and a half away. I mean, that would be like trying to predict what the snow is going to be like in Vail. You know, so I mean, obviously you're going to go where the snow is. So you might be going up to the glacier all the time if it continues this way, which I doubt. We're going prime snow condition week, so it should be. I think right now they're skiing about 60 to 70% of the mountain, so we'll probably be better than that by the time we get there. Fingers crossed.
Are we going to talk about the Spain add-on tonight?
Okay. In your guidebook that we are working on, it has a lot of information about the extension in Costa del Sol and Mallorca. Timing, departures, flight information. It will provide you an itinerary on a day-by-day basis as to what to expect and where we're going and what will be doing. So we won't be going into detail on each and every day regarding the extension. And of course, in some cases that is subject to change. If we run into a situation where we need to make some modifications to provide us a better situation on one day or the other, we will certainly let you guys know. One thing that we do is we post updates on on a message board in each hotel. So we request that you guys monitor that daily. We're putting additional information, little updates, changes, modifications. That way you all have the opportunity to get the latest updates by looking at the message board regularly.
Okay, this person says the Icon website only says 5 days at Zermatt, not consecutive.
Yeah, we just addressed that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we already addressed this
Right.
about leaving the bags in Zurich.
Right. Right now, we don't have COVID testing requirements going into Switzerland or Spain. Yes, bring COVID tests with you. Absolutely. Bring your home tests. And everything that we send out to you guys, we always state Far West highly recommends insurance. The Far West website has information in the travel section on insurance. Our tour operator offers trip insurance. And do your homework. There are many, many, many plans and programs with lots and lots of different details as to what type of coverage is included in these different plans. Some of the plans require that you purchase it within 2 weeks, 1 week after making your initial payment. Some of the plans say you can purchase your insurance right up to the week before you leave. It just depends on the different plans. The plan that is offered by Sean's company was included in the body of your email on your very first statement when you signed up. Can people still purchase insurance from your company, Sean?
Yes, they can. They can purchase it pretty much up to a week before departure, as long as you don't have a medical reason why you were getting it.
Okay, so if anyone needs that information and you haven't done so yet, shoot me an email and I'll send it your way.
Okay, I think we already addressed this.
Right.
The ski day in Italy is that if you're using your icon, you're upgrading for that day.
Yeah. Yes. If you've upgraded
And
it,
it will count as one of your days because you need to use that to get to the Italy side. Correct?
correct.
Right.
If we have skis, boot bags, and check bag, will they take all those on the train to the hotel? They'll take 2 bags on the bus and the rest you got to take on the train with you.
Correct.
Yeah, then
Which
the
is
bags
your,
that go on the bus up to Zermatt will be transferred directly from there to your hotel. So anything that you bring on the train with you, you have to carry yourself.
Pardon me, Debbie.
yes, who's this?
I can't, this is Lisa
Lisa?
Gagus and I can't, hi, I'm a call-in, so I can't use your
Yeah.
text box.
Sure.
I'm
I just got your
wondering if, so the map or a suggested guidebook, I'll let you speak to that. I'm muting now.
Okay, good girl. There will be ski maps there at the hotels. So we won't be sending you maps in your packet. We will get the ski map upon arrival at your hotel. As far as ski guidebooks go, you know, people use a variety of different travel guides. They use Lonely Planet, they use Frommer's, they use Rick Steves. Just do your research. There's a lot of good information out there in terms of different countries and guides to learn from. And there's a lot of information online. Some people I know use it all on their little tablet, huh, Jim Stewart? So, you know, yeah, there's a lot of good information out there. There's a lot of misinformation too, but, you know, we try to do our research to help guide you guys along the way. And I learned from you. I learned from many of you. Every year I say, I am going to study these destinations. I'm going to be so knowledgeable. And I am so busy doing this work, putting this trip together that I don't have it all digested like I would like Nick Frost does.
Okay, can you elaborate on ski rentals and how close to the hotel and lifts?
You want me to take that one?
Sure, go ahead.
The ski rental shop is actually less than a 3-minute walk from either one of the hotels. It's right next to the Gornergrad Bahn. So that's diagonally across the street from the Dorf Hotel and just a 2-minute walk from the Hotel Alex. You can rent and pay, order and pay online, and they'll be waiting for you when you come to pick them up.
And the name is?
It's in that information, the sign up form, the information that I sent out to you guys via email.
Yeah, I
This
apologize. I didn't
document?
remember the name offhand, but it
It's
is
the Bayard,
Bayard Sports, exactly.
Bayard Sports.
Right.
And the link is in the email. Page 2.
Okay. I imagine this is for the luggage. Can we leave it at the airport hotel?
The airport
Lori.
hotel will not
Hey.
allow that.
Okay,
Hey, Lori,
I-
remember we checked our luggage at the Zurich airport when we went back from Portugal? We'll be using the same airport storage area at the Zurich airport. Okay.
okay.
Icon pass. Let's do that one.
Yeah, do they need to reserve days online? I know Letitia is going on the Jackson Hole trip and you're required to reserve your days online for Jackson Hole if you're using an Icon pass. So she's asking about Zermatt, if you have to do the same thing.
To my knowledge, you do not need to do it for Zermatt. You didn't. We had a group that just came back from Val Gardenia with the Super Dolomiti Pass. They didn't need to do it there either. It's just the domestic resorts that it's required.
Mhm. And I think that's trying to control the number of people too at the resorts. You know, one thing Armand and I were talking about, when you are in Zermatt and you are going to take the shuttle bus, the ski bus to a location to access the mountain, don't be surprised that it's going to be full. It will be busy. That is how it is skiing in Europe. So, you know, don't think, oh my God, there's just, you know, there's so many people in. That's the way it is. They are used to that. We Americans are more spatially oriented, where we like our space and stuff. They don't give a crap about that. They're right in there. They're going to be in line. They're going to be right on your tail on the lift line, and it's your turn, you go, or they'll go in front of you. So just be sensitive to that. You know, don't let that make, don't let it disrupt your being. Just go with the flow, because that is common
Yeah,
in Europe.
Be patient.
Yeah.
And can you put boots in your carry-on? Yes, you can. You might not be able to put much else in there, but you could put your boots in there.
Right. Right.
And is Cervania intermediate runs?
Armand,
It's
do you
a-
have an idea?
Yes, there's quite a few beginner blue run or green runs here, but a blue run there, and then quite a number of red runs, which are the intermediate runs. So there are quite a few runs over there for beginners, intermediates. And if you want to challenge yourself, there are a few black areas where you can go to. But yes, there are intermediate runs.
Hey, Debbie, it's Betsy. I can't seem to send a message to everyone. So I just wanted to ask, I've been to Zermatt before, so I have skied from Zermatt to Cervenia
Yes.
and back. I assume you can still do that as long as you have the right pass rather than having to take the bus every time.
Yes, and that's what we did last time as well. If you're buying the pre-purchased pass from us, the multi-day pass, we are only selling the international one because we don't want someone getting stuck over there and not being able to get back. if you are using your Icon Pass, you will need to take it to the ticket window and upgrade it to the International Pass. So that allows you to ski both Zermatt area and the Sardinia area. Thank you, Betsy. Hi. Okay, so question about the PowerPoint presentation. This whole program, this whole Zoom meeting is going to be recorded and the PowerPoint will be included on that. And no, we won't be carrying baggage long distances. I think we have beaten the ski boot, ski bag, checked bag, carry-on bag to death.
I have a question about the airport.
Hi, Randy.
Yes, thank you. So for us, people who are coming in a day early, we're gonna have to go back to the airport to meet you. At
Correct.
The Terminal 1 arrivals area. Is that inside of security or outside of security?
Outside of security.
Thank you. And that's 355, right?
I'll give you an update on that via email in the event that something changes.
Okay, see you there.
Yep, and we do encourage people to be there earlier than 3:55 if that is our time frame.
Absolutely.
And there will be several of us there early. Okay.
Okay, if I'm bringing skis and boots, then I have to pay to bring a checked suitcase. And the answer would be yes. If you're bringing your skis and boots, it's going to count as one bag and you get one for free. So you'll have to pay for the second, or it'll be the third, but it's counted as two.
This actually, Gloria, this
Okay.
would depend on the airline that they're on. Swiss
Yeah.
Swiss Airlines allows one free checked bag plus the ski and boot bag fly free. So if they have a ski bag and a
Okay.
boot bag and a suitcase, but there are some people that are flying on Delta, some people that are flying on American Airlines, some on United.
Yeah,
Obviously, that's different.
Right.
okay.
So my statement to that is, if you are doing your own air, by all means, go onto their website and monitor the baggage allowance section of the carrier that you are flying, because not everyone is using our Lufthansa group air. Many of you are using your own air, so monitor it yourself. Okay. We have 47 people on the extension trip on a 48 passenger bus. Do not bring your ski equipment bag, your boot bag. I won't let you on. It's not going to work. We are too full. We just can't do it. You know? Okay, we're not going to address ski conditions right now. Think it's way
Okay,
too
well-
early. What, in terms of if we're going to have another Zoom meeting or not, if you have additional questions or concerns after you receive your packet and you have read this document, then we will consider doing another Zoom meeting. Right now, we've covered multiple things many times. We have so much to do between now and then. I would prefer to use my team more efficiently and get all of our ducks in a row to take care of you guys when we're there. Okay, so I'm going to address, so the Burn day tour is in the middle of the week, which we typically do. Some people want to ski so many days, take a day off, and then ski a couple of more days afterwards. If you have the Icon Pass and it is considered consecutive, unless the rule changes between now and then, you just have to forfeit one day on that consecutive pass. That's just very much the way they do it. if you want to ski an extra day, you can purchase a day pass over there. Passes in Europe are way cheap compared to a day pass in the United States. Big difference in the costs. And some people may want to just wait and buy their tickets when they get there. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to skip through some of these, Gloria.
Okay.
Okay, so one more time, it says, so the skis and check bag will be taken to your hotel. I'm going to stress to you, two bags will be taken for you on the little mini vehicle. And you will take your personal bag, your carry-on with you on the train. Okay. Question is, the Zurich day tour is not designed only for people that are going on the extension. It's designed for everyone. And that is why we chose to do it on March 4th. So to answer the question, anyone can pre-purchase the day tour of Zurich. So you don't have to be someone that's going on, unless for some reason you have your own air that varies and you're doing something else. Okay, Armand has a good point. Some people may wonder if you're going to need to take your passport when you go to Slovenia. I would say yes. You're going to a different country.
Yeah, actually, I'll back you up on that one. They're not going to check you at the border, of course, but I've had people go over there, had a few too many drinks, missed the last lift over, needed a place to stay. They wanted their passport. So it was quite a fiasco. So definitely carry your passport with you as often as you can, as long as you can keep it safe.
And Sean, what's the walking from Terminal 2 to Terminal 1? What's the time frame typically?
Oh, it's literally right next door. It's nothing
Okay.
like Los Angeles Airport, for example. It's you walk out basically you walk through a door. It's pretty
Okay,
close.
hallelujah, because LAX is just nasty. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off now. We've got a lot of good information shared with you guys. If we have not answered your chat box question, please email it to me and I can respond to you accordingly. Things are all coming together, you guys. This is going to be an amazing trip. You are going to be in great hands with my team and Sean on site. Many of you are new to traveling with Far West, and there are many of you have been with us on many international trips who are fabulous in helping out the newbies. And thank you in advance for that. Betsy, Jim, Nick, Roland, I mean, Armand, you guys are going to have a great time. It's going to be wonderful. Sean's going to be there with us and we will work very hard for all of you. So I want to thank you for participating tonight and just keep checking your inbox.
Debbie?
Yes, Maxine.
Sorry, Debbie?
Yes.
I'm really sorry. I promised to myself I wouldn't do this, but whoever is on phone, accidentally sent me a message that I think was meant for you, so I just wanted to share it from that one person who's on their phone. Options for daily rescue insurance. Is it required if one gets injured for rescue?
Sean,
Yes, yes, it is required if you get injured on the mountain and need to be rescued off. Those are options that are listed on the optional tour sign-up form that Debbie would have sent out. You
Yeah.
have your lift ticket and there's 2 different choices to choose for insurance. It's not mandatory, but it's certainly recommended.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you very much. I'm going to bid you farewell for now. We'll be working on this trip between now and when we leave the United States. So I will be in touch with you. Shoot
Thank
me
you, thank you.
emails anytime. You know, I'll shoot back to you as promptly as possible. Thank you
Thanks,
and good night.
Debbie.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Thanks,
you. very
Debbie.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you, thank
much.
you.
You bet.
Good
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Bye, Bonnie.
Ciao.